So I just wanted to do a quick video on a 2014 BMW F12 M6. We're replacing the turbo inlets with these Infinity design turbo inlet and intake. Already got the passenger side in, and I just want to get a close-up, make a quick video on this. Everything seems to match up pretty well with the factory BMW configuration. So this intake and turbo inlet are currently listed as for the F10 BMW, but so far everything has lined up perfectly. Right now we've got the driver's side disassembled and we're looking at the turbo inlet. We can see a little bit of oil in the turbo. This car is stage 2 tuned, catless, so no downpipes by DME. And what you want to look out for when you go to do the turbo inlets on this car is that's the back of the alternator right there, and there's the positive connection to it. So we have the battery disconnected right now, just because first time we went to crack that bolt loose right there, dead center, that bolt, it's T30. And you run the risk of hitting the back of the positive connector on the alternator. So unplug the battery, and we've got the turbo inlet off right here, and you can see pretty clearly there's just 2 bolts holding it on. It's plastic on metal into the turbo inlet. And once you get these 2 T30s off, you're then just left with this little connector. From heat and age, it just kind of broke off. These are kind of like a Chinese. Cleaned it up so you don't really see it. Main thing is that little rubber washer right there. There's the flashlight. You just want to make sure that that rubber washer didn't go anywhere. Okay, and do some cleanup in the engine bay right here. Drop the T30 bolt down in the what is that? The drain pan, or what is that? I think the oil line for the turbo. That T30 screw down there. That's where we dropped our bolt. So there's a couple bolts in there. I'll show you guys how we got to it. It's a little tricky. This 1/4-inch kind of box ratchet looking thing from Gear Wrench is a huge help. I think it was like $24 on Amazon. Best tool you can have for working on cramped engine bays. You get a little flexi head. This was also a Gear Wrench bit set, so it came with a long T30 bit, which made it possible to access that bolt back there, the tricky one. And to get to the one on the other side, we didn't go with the long boy, but we had a extension and a 1/4-inch ratchet. So this is a U-joint with a shorter T30 on it, and there's a little mechanics trick there for you. Tape up the U-joint so it can still flex but not flop around as much, and that made it possible to access the one on the passenger side. You can see we're probably gonna have to redo that one too, since that connector broke as well. But it's on there. It's probably not going anywhere. And we're gonna get this other side put on just to show you guys what's going on with the intake on this car, since I haven't seen many people post about the Infinity design intake. These intakes have 2 inlets like the factory air box. So this connects to the air scoop on the front of the car, which I'll point out in a moment. And this is also on the factory air box, a hole on the bottom. So it actually has this piece on the front that is bent, so it won't fit flushly on there. We can use that. This would slide into place like that, and that goes to the front of the car here. And then that open part on the bottom of the intake sucks in air from this cavity down here. I think some people actually put a hole here. I'm not too certain, but maybe it's different on an M5. But anyway, it fits factory. This little bump on the bottom knows exactly where to go. Right there, right on that flat spot. And they even curved this little bit out of the way. You can see where I was scraping up on the body there, but everything fits pretty well. Infinity does a great job. You can see that with everything lined up the way it's supposed to, you know, the carbon fiber work is superb. These are 2 separate pieces, and even then it's still matched pretty well. You know, they did what they had to. Looks even better on these turbo inlets, you guys. I mean, they do some great work. Can't believe they're not more popular. I mean, these are 2 separate pieces, and just look how beautiful the carbon fiber lines up. Just to show you guys what the new part looks like. You can see this has been milled on top and bottom, and all the carbon fiber mating surfaces have been smoothed out really nicely. You can tell there's going to be no restrictions with the airflow inside this turbo inlet, and they flow a lot better than stock, so they say. But, I mean, this is just an incredible piece, and it's real carbon fiber. This weighs like nothing. It's kind of crazy. And only other thing I'll put in the video, just want to leave this here, 2 Newton meters of torque. So when we clamp this to the turbo inlet, they say 2 Newton meters.